I recently made a video where I demonstrated how I cut a frame on my CNC out of walnut. It was basically scrap walnut to hold a laser engraved frame for work that I do, volunteer work I do for the San Diego Fine Woodworkers Association. And several comments came back indicating they would like to see the following kinds of things. Number one, they would like to see how I actually designed that frame and the toolpath in Vectric. Number two, they would like to see how I could use the Moulding Toolpath in Vectric to make fancier frames. And number three, they'd like to see a video where I show how I can make a frame out of a solid piece of material that you don't have to glue together. So I decided I'd make a series of videos that show each of those things. This is video number one. I'm going to show you how I designed that frame in Vectric that I cut in that other video, and I'll place a card to that video up in the corner of this screen or down below in the video description. With that, let's go ahead and get started. So the way we're going to start this process is we're going to go ahead and create a new file, and I'll just select create a new file here. We'll make it 12 by 12 by 0.75 in this situation. I'm going to center while I'm doing the design work in the middle, and we'll leave the material what it is. I could turn around and make this walnut, but I haven't imported a real good walnut color that I like, I don't think. We'll try that and we'll see what that looks like. Hit OK. So now I know the following things. I know the picture itself is 8 15/16 inch square. I know that when I want to put that picture into the frame, I want a 1/16 inch reveal, and I'll talk about each of these things in more detail. And then I know that I want the frame itself to be showing 1/4 inch. So let me go through it and outline that in the software. So the first thing I said the picture itself, and let me change this layer up here, rename it to picture, and I'm going to leave that black for right now. And I know that I want a rectangle. I want it in the center, right here, 0, 0, and I want to make it 8 15/16. And I think that's what that number is because I was playing with this before, trying to get ready for the video. Hit equal. Yep, that's what that is. Close enough. And I'll copy this down into here so they look exactly the same, but it's going to round it off. So that much is how much I want the picture. That's the picture. So now I want to reveal, which means a small amount between the picture and where it's going to sit in the frame itself. And I know that I want to be 1/16 of an inch. So I'm going to use the offset tool over here, and we're going to go outwards 0.030625. I know that's a 1/16 of an inch, but just to validate it, let's go ahead and do the math. If we don't know, I could do 1 divided by 16 equals 0.0625. I want to create sharp offset corners, hit offset, and that is going to be the reveal between the picture itself when I put it in the frame and the outside of the frame and what's going to be shown on the outside of the frame. So I'm going to first take this over here, and now the next thing I want is to show how much of the frame I want. And I know that I want 1/4 inch of the frame to show outside the reveal. So I'm going to go outwards again, 0.25 inches, and that will get me outside the frame by the amount I want. And again, everything I'm keeping sharp offset corners at this time. At this time, I now have all of the key elements that will allow me to build the frame. And the frame I'm going to build is going to be one with 45-degree miters that I glue up in this square fashion. So now let's think about how we want to lay out the layers for this thing. And that's what you're going to see me do next, is laying out the layers. So I have the picture. This, remember, I said is a reveal, so I'm going to right-click. I'm going to move this, and I'm going to create a new layer. And that new layer is going to be the reveal. And I'm going to call that green. Hit OK. The next layer out here, I'm going to go ahead and move to a new layer. And that layer is going to turn into the frame profile, the parts of the frame that I'm going to actually cut out. Hit OK. Let me make that, let's call that red. Hit OK. So I've got the frame profile, the reveal, and the picture. At this point, I don't need these two anymore. At this point, I'll bring those back later. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn off the picture and the reveal. So now this is going to be the outside of the frame when I get it all said and done. So the first thing I need to do is I want to make sure I'm on the right layer, frame profile, and I need to start designing that frame. The first thing I need to figure out is how wide I want each part of the frame. And I'm going to want that in this case to be 1.5 inches wide. Let me show you how I could do that. So the first thing I can do is create a rectangle, and so I need to bring this down so I can see it, and I need to start somewhere up here, let's say, and go out 1.5 inches. Turn out 1.5 inches, hit close, and then I can move that rectangle so it's exactly over the edge here. So I can move it exactly over the edge. And then what I can do is I know this is 1.5 inches the material I want. I can then turn around and I can hit the node mode, and I can delete this span right here, right click, delete span. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm trying to avoid getting duplicate vectors here. Once I have that, I can come up here to the line tool, go into the corner, come down 45 degrees. You can see the angle right there. Start a new line. "45 degrees. Right click, start a new line, hit escape. And now I've got everything I need to get started with what I want to do. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit node, put it in node mode. And by hitting N or clicking over here, I'm going to go ahead and delete that span, and delete that span, and delete this span. So now I've got those all deleted. The next thing I want to do is then take it out of node mode by hitting N again. And then what I'm going to do is use the trim scissors tool. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click here, click here, click here, click here. Hit close. And then I can go ahead and select all the vectors. Once I've selected all the vectors, I can hit join if open vectors. It says I've got 2 open. I expected I would because this line didn't go over there, so I didn't join them. Hit join. Now I say I've got 1 closed vector. So now that I've got 1 closed vector, I've actually got my miter piece, or the end of my frame, one side of it, created. With that, I want to make sure that all of my vectors have stayed where they're supposed to be. And here we go. You can see there's my outside of my frame piece. There's my reveal, and there's my picture. So everything's looking good. And let me just give you a quick look at how that frame will go together. So I've got this frame. I'm going to create a copy of it. Command C, V. And then I'm going to hit the 9 key and rotate this 2 times. And you can see that when I do that, then I can bring that right up here. And that's going to be that piece. And if I duplicate it again, Command C, V, or Control C, V, I should say. I'm using a Mac, so I say Command sometimes. We're going to rotate that again. And now I've got the bottom piece. And now I'm going to do that again one more time. Control C, V. And I'm going to rotate it again. Hit the 9 key, it rolls it counterclockwise. Hit the 0 key, it rolls it clockwise. And that's what our frame's going to look like when it's all said and done. But we still have a couple more things that we need to do to make this work out right. And then let's show you the picture. And the picture is going to be right inside. And then the reveal. The reveal's right there. And this is what you'll see of the frame. So what's all this stuff underneath here? Well, that is where the picture is going to sit on top of and be attached to. This is going to be a rabbet or a pocket. So let me turn those off again. And to make life easy, what I want to do is select all these pieces and get rid of them for right now. So the best way to do that is to take your cursor and move it from right to left, and anything it touches along that way, you can see it actually selects. So now that I've got it selected, I can delete that, hit the delete key. That's all deleted, and we're going to come back to working on this piece right here. So now I want to build that rabbet or that pocket. And so what I want to do is I want to bring back that reveal. And now what I have is, this is the 1/4 inch part of the frame I want to see. I'm going to go ahead and start to work on making the actual pocket. So one way to do that is to take this piece right here, hit Control C and V, and now I've gone ahead and created that, and using the mouse key, or you can grab it and pull it, just bring it on over, click on it, and if your snapping is enabled up here, you'll see it blue and blue here. It should work, but sometimes it gets a little perfunctory, and so you have to use the mouse key. So I drag it over there, put it right over the reveal. So now that I have it over the reveal, we know this is the size we want the rabbit to be. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the reveal layer, and I'm going to add a new layer now, and I'm going to call it rabbit. Now that I have that rabbit layer, this is what I'm going to move that to. Move this to layer rabbit. And I'm going to be working in the rabbit layer for making my pocket. So now we've got all the pieces we need to make the frame. The next thing I want to do is I want to group this for a second, and I want to move this. I'm going to take a guide, and I'm going to move that guide over about, I'm right-clicking on the guide, it's on the edge of the material. I'm going to hit relative to the guide. I'm going to offset it 0.3. And I know either a 1/4 inch CNC bit or a 1/8 inch CNC bit will fit in it. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to close this, and I'm going to move this then over there. Bring it down right along the guide using the snap tool. So I know now that I can get a CNC bit, a 1/4 inch end mill or a 1/8 inch end mill, whichever I decide to use, into this area right here when I want to cut it all out. So with that said, I'll turn off the guides. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to need 4 of these pieces. So I've got these grouped right now. I'm going to use this tool right over here, the array copy. And I know that I want to go through here. In the end, I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So I'm going to want 4 columns and 1 row. I'm going to use the gap feature, which goes between groups. And then I'm going to want 4 of those copies, and I want to go in the X direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select up here, I want enough distance between them that I can get a 1/4 inch end mill between each piece, and maybe just have a little bit of room for a tab. Now I would change this up if I want narrower material stock and make it an 1/8 inch end mill to cut. For purposes of this video, I'm going to, well actually I think I used an 1/8 inch end mill, so I'm going to make this an 1/8 inch end mill when I do all of this. So I'm going to want this to be a 1/4 inch in between each of these pieces. So I'm going to make this a little more than a 1/4 inch. I'm going to make this 0.35 inches. That way I can fit an 1/8 inch end mill between each piece. I want 4 of them, so I'm going to hit copy. So now I've got all of my stock laid out. They're all in layers, but right now they're grouped. So what I need to do, hit close over here. What I need to do is select all of these pieces and hit U for ungroup, or I could have come over to the ungroup tool right here and it would have ungrouped it. So now I want to check that they're on the right layers. So the red is the frame profile. The rabbit, I didn't change the color to. Let's change that to blue just so I can see it. So we got the frame profile and blue for the rabbits. We've got everything we need to be able to cut this project out. And let's just take a quick look at how big a piece of walnut we're going to need to make this frame now. So for this frame, if I select all the pieces and I hit resize, it tells me how much this amount of material is. And you can see I would need something that was at least, to have room on each side, 10.5 inches long, and probably 9 inches wide. 10.5 inches long and 9 inches wide would give me lots of room for hold downs and other things around this material. So I go ahead and hit close, and I know what size I could reduce this material size to. And now let's make the actual frame with the toolpaths. The first toolpath I want to make is the rabbits themselves that the picture is going to sit in. To do that, I come up here to a pocket toolpath, and I want to go down 0.25 inches with my rabbet. And the reason I'm going down 0.25 inches is I have an 1/8 inch thick picture, and then I've got a 1/8 inch surface above that I want the frame to stick out. So I've got 0.25 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and select a different tool. Let's use a 1/4 inch downcut bit so I have a nice smooth edge there. It's a downcut bit, and I'm going to hit select, and I'm going to remove this tool, which was a surfacing bit. I'm going to use the raster toolpath, 90 degrees. I need no profile path. I don't need to put a plunge in because it's going to come in out here and then come across. Go to selector, close vectors, and I'm going to pick rabbet right here, hit close, hit rabbet down here, calculate, close, and let's preview what that's going to look like. So right now you can see that that's got to be a rabbet pocket down there, and that rabbet right there. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to come back over and we're going to do the actual profile with these vectors right here. So I'm going to come up here, go to profile toolpath. I'm going to go all the way through the material. I'm going to hit Z. I'm going to go ahead and use a 1/8 inch downcut like I said I would. I'm going to go outside right, and I'm going to just use a conventional. I am going to do a separate last pass to help minimize the tool marks. Normally, when I really do this project, I'd add tabs to the toolpath. I'll show you where I would add the tabs. Edit tabs. No vector selected. I got to go select the vectors. I'm going to come down here, close vectors, associate with toolpath, hit the frame profile, hit close. Now you can see those vectors have been selected. Now I'm going to come in here, edit the tabs, and I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs. So I'm going to go to 4, hit add tabs. So hit close. Now what I'm going to do is add a ramp, 2 times the diameter of the bit, so 0.25 should be good. And I'm going to call this frame profile. Hit calculate, hit close, and now I'm going to preview that. So let's go to the 3D view. Let's preview me cutting the rabbet. And there you can see, there's my frame pieces. Let me do one more where I modify that so you can see the individual pieces. I'm going to take the tabs off. I'm going to recalculate it, close, preview, delete all this material, and that's what your frame pieces are going to look like. And that's what you'll see in the video if you watch it before you watch this. If you haven't watched that video, now go watch that video on me cutting these frames on the CNC, and you see how I designed the toolpath. I hope you picked something up in this video. If you have any comments, questions, or need other information, please document that in the comments section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And this is the first in a series of a couple videos where I show how you can make frames.